After losing 2 of 3 to the New York Yankees over the weekend, the Toronto Blue Jays decided to shake things up, sending Drew Hutchison back down to AAA, which seems a little bit odd considering the success he's had with the Blue Jays, at least at home. On the road, not so much. What do you make of this decision by the Blue Jays to send down Hutchison at this juncture of the season?
At first, I was like, but after thinking about it, it's a great move. You're going to have David Price pitching every 4 days now, depending on... You're going to have a 4-man roster, right? You got Price, one of the best lefties in the league. Mark Burley's been consistent all year with the Blue Jays, even last year. You got Dickey right now. He's doing good, but everybody's, all right, Dickey. What did he do in April? Nothing. May, nothing. June, it gets warm. He does good. July, it's still warm. He's doing good. August, still warm, doing good. September, he'll start to falter. They'll be able to bring Drew Hutchison back up because of the roster. And you got Marco Estrada. He's been consistent all year. Drew Hutchison is the 5th starter, in my opinion, on that rotation. He's not consistent. Look at his ERA. It's like 4.
At home, he's dynamite.
Yeah, come on.
At home, he's been solid.
Yeah, but the Blue Jays...
He's had an ERA, what is it, about just like 275.
So that's about 3 runs a game?
Average it.
Even more, but
but I mean, like,
Jays,
he's got an extremely great record. But even that...
The record doesn't mean a thing when the Blue Jays have to put up more than 10 runs to score, or to win. Mostly 10.
If you're in baseball, you have to put up at least 3-4 runs to win a ball game.
Yeah, but Drew Hutchison does not... He's not the guy that the Jays can go out there and win 1-0 because Drew Hutchison can keep a run off the board. I think it's a great move until September when they need to bring up the roster and bring him back up. You're going to have David Price pitching every 4 days, Mark Burley, Dickey, Estrada, your top pitchers. I think it's a great move and help them get to the playoffs.
Yeah, and you have to, especially now, and you're fighting for that spot, you got to pitch your top 4 guys. And if you look at their schedule, it's not favorable for a 5th guy right now. They have 3 days off in the next 10, I think it is. So that guy's never going to pitch. You're not going to pitch a guy tonight and then not pitch him again until next Tuesday. Like, you're going to, move him. Like, that's what's the point of that? What's the point of getting a big starter pitcher? You're not going to rest your top 4 guys to make sure your 5th guy get in. So to me, setting him down is just a great way of giving him some work, making sure he's still healthy, rather than throwing him in the pen and hoping, doing long relief, which with the starters they have, you don't know if that's actually going to happen. So,
and another good thing about sending him down is he can go to AAA and light it up. Hopefully, let's just say hopefully. And come back. When he comes back, he can have all the confidence in the world.
Oh, look at Stroman, potentially returning in September. That's a guy you throw in there. Okay, how about this? I want to move on to a serious subject, of course, with assault that you see in sports recently, the National Football League, more recently with Patrick Kane and the National Hockey League. You've had an instance where a guy like Slava Voinov was suspended indefinitely because of, and spent jail time actually for beating his girlfriend. You look at what Kane and the charges that have been, charges laid upon him, alleged, of rape. How could or how should the NHL deal with something like this in the Patrick Kane saga?
Suspend him. There is no question.
Indefinitely.
There is no question anymore. To me, there's no blurry lines. There's no border. If this is happening, you suspend him until things are figured out. If we're doing we talked about it last week where we said, the LA Kings got rid of Mike Hutchison for his investigation, and we still have no idea.
Jared Stoll.
Other guy. This is that, Ray Rice type of case for the NHL. You suspend him, you do this now, you get ahead of it, and let it figure out first, let it figure out on the court. You do not want a player like Patrick Kane playing in the league with all of that, because that's all that's going to happen. It's just going to be a hype machine, media talking about it all year. And what if Patrick Kane comes back and lights up and does great things, and then this allegation's true, and all this comes together? What's going to look like for the NHL that you've allowed this top player to continue playing with all of this? It shows that you have a unbalanced system, that great players can get away with things, and if you're not a great player, well, you're going to spend some time suspended. So suspend him. This is a black and white to me.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think he should be suspended, definitely. And wasn't sexual assault like he did this year, but was it 2 summers ago where he beat up the cab driver in Buffalo? Like, he obviously has a past of, I don't know how you want to say what it is, but Patrick Kane he's gotten himself in some bad water, I guess you could say, in the past. And also, again, I feel like he just needs to get suspended as well. And like you said, the Ray Rice thing, it's pretty much the exact same contrast of a scale, but in the NHL. And if the NHL stomps on it now and squishes it, then you won't have if something happens in the future, you already have guidelines. Look what happened with Patrick Kane. You can just stay with it, and I feel like they should suspend him.
Well, it should be interesting to see how this turns out as it gets closer to the season. All right, guys, we're going to take, or actually, you know what, we'll get to this question very quick. We still have a little bit of time. Nick Kyrgios, if you don't know him, he's a tennis player during the Montreal Open, decided to mutter words to Stan Wawrinka about his girlfriend, saying a buddy of his, a fellow Australians, has slept with your girlfriend. Little trash talk, I don't know how it goes with tennis in terms of trash talk, outside of John McEnroe yelling at umpires. Well, yeah, there's a lot of words that are said.
Yeah.
But was this offside by Kyrgios for what he said towards Wawrinka?
Yeah, we know what hockey players say. We've had enough NHL players tell us what things get said on the ice. Like Scott Hartnell's told us some great things he said to Sidney Crosby. It's hard to fault guys from in professional sports for saying things like, yeah, it's probably not the greatest, and it's a dirty thing to say, but it's said in all professional sports. I'm sure this isn't the first time anyone's ever said this to somebody on a field or ice or anything like that. So I have a hard problem nailing the guy to the wall for this, but it's tennis and it's held to a different standard, I guess you could say, in the gentleman kind of game. So I guess a little foul on that.
Did I mention John McEnroe? Come on, gentleman game.
He's one of a kind.
But they're entertaining. But some people are finding this a little disturbing.
But
it's not from the entertainment side. This is more of that this is uncalled for.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's what he said. I would compare that to McEnroe. McEnroe's a little bit tame in a sense of what he got the attitude and the big pipes going, but he wasn't calling out someone's girlfriend and telling them who did what with who. So that's, to me, that's the little border of the line. The McEnroe never really crossed that line in terms of things.
Yeah, no, I feel like you said it's a little offside. Like, sure, you want to get the edge, you plant that little thing in his head, might knock him off his game, but say something different. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to go right for the girlfriend. Like, you're not like Sean Avery and the Dion Phaneuf thing there in the NHL with Alicia Cuthbert. But just if that's the game you want to play, don't bring up girlfriends or significant others, I guess. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like it was offside.
Okay, guys, we're going to take a commercial break. When we return, we're going to have over-under next.